Hello, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be doing a whip and chat. I'm going to be working on another one of my stitch patterns, cross stitch patterns that I'm doing as a diamond painting using my stash drills. So my stash is back here because I haven't even checked if I have, I don't even know if I have all of these. And if I don't, I'm just going to substitute it with a similar color and go from there. So last week I showed you how I printed out these patterns. Here there is a pattern underneath here, and I've actually completed a couple. So here's the Santorini here. Here's the Golden Gate. Here is, this is supposed to be London, so it's the phone booth, I guess. And this is Chicago. I have changed some of the stuff, like I added extra bling to the Chicago, so Chicago part is actually crystal rhinestones. I use gold drills for around here. The London one, I added rhinestones for this part here. These are black ABs, and then in the clock, those are white ABs. No, those are the white jelly ABs that I have. And then like my San Francisco, I did add ABs here for one of the orange, and this one, I added white ABs for the cross, but now I'm looking at it and I'm like, maybe I should have just left it the white. And then I put some crystal rhinestones here for the window, and there's a pink AB here. I realized I left something in the other room. Yeah, I left my timer in the other room, and this is my journal where my current whips. This is my journal of things that are kitted up. But not yet started, so now it gets to go. This one gets to go in my current whips. I am currently working on this one here. I was working on that yesterday, but today I'm going to be working on this here. All right, let's get started. So the adhesive on this is actually, double-sided tape. I just realized I didn't write. So this is a full drill with poured glue. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 colors. And there's DMCs. I'm going to use my rounds. I'm not kidding this up because it's just coming from my spares here. Should I zoom in a little bit? So, and then I just printed the legend onto here so that it's easier for me to see. So what am I going to do first? For whatever reason, light is shining weirdly in this room right now. So it's actually kind of hard to see the symbols because I'm going to turn off the light. See, now it's really dark. Yeah, now the things are shining on it a little bit weirdly, so it's actually kind of hard to see because the light's shining on it. So I think I'm going to do, let's see, let's start down at the bottom. So number 2 is 336. Let's see. 336. Okay, I do have some. I think they'll be enough to finish number 2. So it's been a little bit since I did a whip and chat. I meant to do one last week. I was gonna say last year. I meant to do one last week, and it just didn't happen. So it was supposed to be Friday's video last week, but like I said, it didn't happen. So what has happened since, I don't know, what has happened? There's nothing too different going on at work. So I recently changed dentist. So So I was not really happy with my previous dentist. Not like there was nothing really like big that happened that caused me to decide to change dentists. It was just more I was having issues getting an appointment every 6 months. And I know if you're like, okay, that seems like a stupid reason to leave a dentist, but I'm like, I have insurance and I do like having my every 6 months appointment. I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do, right? And so then I I was and then plus there was just a couple things that kind of annoyed me. Maybe it was just anomalies, but it there was just enough things that had annoyed me that made me think I should just try somewhere else. Like I was having issues getting the appointments every 6 months. When I left, I like leaving the the dentist office already having the appointment for the next visit, and for the last, I don't know, several visits, they weren't giving me the appointment. They were telling me that they would call, and there was one time where they never called, and then I was looking at my calendar and I was like, I haven't been to the dentist in like 7 months. And I'm thinking, okay, so I call them, I make that appointment. But when you make an appointment, the appointment is like 1 month out. So it was more like my appointment was 8 months after. So then I'm like, okay, that's fine if they just didn't call me for whatever reason. And I'll take that. But then I go to that appointment and I still leave there without making an appointment. I asked them, can I just make an appointment now? And they were like, well, we don't know what the schedule is going to be like yet then. And I'm thinking in my brain, you know what? Lots of times I make appointments for the dentist, and they are just, they've called before. Like I'm just generalizing any previous dentist that I had previously gone to, where okay, I have like 3 different colors, but I'm gonna use that one since I have the most of it. But I've had times where they call closer to the appointment and want to reschedule because schedules have changed, and I'm okay with that because at least it puts me on their calendar for them to call me to schedule a change. Me leaving the appointment without the next appointment didn't really sit well with me, but I figured, okay, they were maybe going through staffing issues. I can get that. So then I decided, okay, so I should have had an appointment in December of 2022. And I told myself if they called anytime during December 2022, I could have probably called them and made the appointment, but I kind of felt like I shouldn't have been the one pursuing them. I don't know. This would just make me a little petty. I don't know. Um, I kind of felt like if I was not important enough of a client to make a appointment with, then okay. I was just thinking like if they don't have that many slots, then I don't know if they were still accepting new patients, but don't accept new patients if you don't have time slots for them, because then you're kind of messing up your current patients. But either way, I was like, okay, should have had an appointment in December. Actually, I should have had an appointment at the end of November, but I was like, end of November. So then I told myself that if they had called in December, that I would have just been like, okay, I'll just stick with these folks. But they never called in December. So come January, I asked one of my coworkers if she liked her dentist, and she's like, oh yeah, I like my dentist. So then I got the info for her dentist and made an appointment with that dentist. And weirdly, on like the same day, like that I called the other dentist to make an appointment, my previous dentist calls me, And I'm like, did the other dentist call my old dentist to get info or something? But they didn't say that the other dentist called them. They just called and says, "Oh yeah, we're gonna make an appointment." And then you have to have that awkward conversation where you're like, yeah, I decided to try out a different dentist. And then they were asking why. Oh, there was another thing that also annoyed me with the other dentist is this was pre-pandemic, so I know now there's a lot of staffing issues post pandemic or whatever. Um, but pre-pandemic, I had an appointment with the dentist, and I came in and I did my appointment, and the hygienist went and cleaned my teeth, and then on my way out they gave me, and then but what was weird is I never saw the dentist, and then on the way out they gave me another appointment card for like the following week, and I was like, what is this? And they're like, oh, this is for the dentist appointment. I was like, I was kind of unhappy. Like that meant I would have I had to go there twice, um, for especially for the dentist part of the appointment, because you spend more time with the hygienist than you spend with the dentist. So I was gonna have to come back the following week for the 5 minute period of time where the dentist looked at me, and I thought to my brain, I was like, there's 3 dentists in this practice. I would have been fine seeing someone that was not my dentist just for the 5 minutes appointment and not inconvenience me to come another time. And it would have probably been an inconvenience for them because they would have had to clean the dental stuff twice, right? So I don't know. But that's what happened to me in previous dentist offices. Was if for whatever reason my dentist couldn't make the appointment, it was the other dentist who filled in on that day. Especially since they're only seeing you for like 5 minutes. At least for me, they only really see me for 5 minutes, probably because I don't really have any issues with my teeth. So yeah, no, it was just a couple things that added up that made me want to change dentists. So then I did have to pretty much tell them that yes, I'm going to try somewhere else. I gave them my reasons why. They were pretty much just saying, that there's a shortage of hygienists, and I'm telling them that, well, I get it, but I do want to have an appointment every 6 months, since that is what I'm supposed to get with my insurance, and I just didn't like that I felt like I had to be chasing them to make appointments. So I just told them I'm just gonna try somewhere else. I may not like it. I may like it, and I'll see what happens there. But yep, the receptionist person that I talked to was actually really really rude talking to me about that. So nope, even if my new dentist sucks, I would not go back there. But so now I go and visit my new dentist. So this one was it was kind of strange. So I go into the office. They had me, prior to me going there, already fill out all the forms. So I had all the paperwork and all that stuff was already done by the time I got there. So then I get there, and they give me this like invoice, what they're going to do there. And this is what's strange. I'm still pondering if I like it or not. Was apparently there, because I think I have in my dental insurance is like just some regular PPO. It's just the standard insurance that my work gives me. So they tell me, oh yeah, it's probably going to cost this amount of money. It wasn't like a crazy large amount. It was less than $100. Was it less than $50? I can't remember, but it was not some like, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I paying for? But I just was a little surprised because I've never had to pay for the normal 6 months visit, just, you know, the normal one. I've had to pay when I had my one time I had to pay the one time I had a cavity in my adult teeth. I've only had one cavity the whole time. So yay me. But I've never had to pay anything for just the regular 6-month visit. But like I said, it wasn't like some exuberant amount, so I was like, okay, I'll just see and I'll pay for this. But because apparently they do accept my insurance, but they were, what did they call themselves? You know what I just realized? I put the wrong color. See, this was actually supposed to be 21, and this is supposed to be this color here. This is what I get for talking too much. So for whatever reason, yeah, I was supposed to have this. This color is actually supposed to be that color. So what I'm gonna do is do H, and then try to find a color between. This is yeah. Because I'm not gonna take it out. I'm gonna find a color that I'm gonna do this one. Find a color that's between these two colors, because yeah. Okay. I was like, wait, that's the same color I did. Yeah. H is 950, and then I'll find just some random other color to put in. Okay, so this one has more. This one has less, so I'll do the one with more. So this is, I'm doing H. Okay. And then I'll just have to kind of go through my, I'm gonna try to find a color between these colors before I choose what I'm gonna use. Okay, so yeah, so what did I say? So I get charged some amount to do the regular dental visit, and I'm thinking in my brain, okay, I was like, you know what? I'm here already. I'll just go through it. If this dentist is bad, I'll just find another dentist again. I'm gonna go through the whole process again. So, and then anyways, I do have a health savings account that I could pay for my dental stuff. So it's, if you don't know what a health savings account is, it's like it's like something that you could put money into, pre-tax money into it, and you could only use it for medical purposes, like prescriptions, the dentist, doctor visits, because I have a high deductible health savings account. I mean, a high deductible, like, what do you call that? High deductible insurance thing that it's really low, but then you get this health savings plan, and the workplace does put pretty much money into the health savings plan, and I put in money into it too. So I kind of just end up spending the same amount of money for the insurance, for the non-high deductible insurance, because I do put in money into it, but then the money just kind of gets saved, and I have it set that the cash amount is my deductible, is set at around my deductible, and then the rest that goes above that is supposed to get, I don't know, invested in some way. So there might be a increase of return, although I don't know about this last year if there was any increase of return. But yeah. So I was like, oh, well, you know, I do have the health savings account. I'll just be able to pay for this with this. And then if the dentist was bad, I'd just go look for another one, especially since I was not a big fan of the fact that I did have to pay for it, because apparently they were like PPO Premier. So then I have the appointment, and I kind of like the dentist. So I like the fact that the dentist actually spent more than like 5 minutes with me. They actually did part of the cleaning, and probably because they don't have a hygienist. So the dentist did the main part of the cleaning, which I'm like, I kind of miss that. So I was like, okay. And let me tell you, I came out of it and I was like, there's like this part of my teeth. I guess I have issues with, apparently I must have a lot of calcium in my saliva or something, that I get this white buildup in my teeth, which is kind of annoying. But the last couple visits to the dentist, there's been this like spot that I always see that just never gets cleaned, or it doesn't seem like, I just thought, okay, then my teeth, it's just a white spot in my teeth or something. And then I leave this time and I'm like, look at my teeth. I was like, that white spot's gone. So they did. So I'm like pondering if my old dentist wasn't like cleaning it as well, or I don't know. But I was like, okay, maybe, there's that saying, you get what you pay for kind of thing. maybe this is what I need. The premier PPO insurance people. So yeah, I think I might just stick to it, even though I was kind of unhappy that I did have to pay money for it. Pay additional money over my what my insurance pays. But I guess I'll see. I'll see if I start getting annoyed by how much I'm paying. But plus, yeah, we'll see. Like I said, we'll see. I can't believe I spent like 20 minutes talking about like my dentist appointment. So, but yeah, I don't really, yeah, nothing really, I have nothing other than normal frustrations at work, but yeah, I don't really want to talk about that. It just makes me unhappy. All right, so, let's see. So last week I had showed my finish from Oroloa that I did for their sneak peek, because they had sent me the diamond painting like month in advance. So I thought, hey, I could finish this. Let me tell you, I'm never going to commit myself to finishing that big of a diamond painting again. Like, it's not that I had a hard time, or it was not that I had a bad experience with it. It's just that I don't normally diamond paint the big diamond paintings. But then for me to finish it for the sneak peek, I ended up diamond painting in a different strategy than I normally do. As in, normally the big diamond paintings, I don't finish sequentially. I don't know if that's the right thing to say. Like, what ends up happening is, usually the big ones, I would finish half of it and then I'd take like a month break away from it, at least a month break away from it, and work on other projects. But I didn't have that. I didn't do the month break and work on other things for that one, since I wanted to finish it for the sneak peek. So I think at some point I did start getting sick of the diamond painting. And the diamond painting in the end looked beautiful. I didn't really have any issues with it, but other than the way I diamond painted it was not like the strategy. I don't know, the strategy that I diamond painted it was not the normal thing I do. So it was just a little bit different. Okay, so I'm gonna try to find a color that is darker than this but lighter than that, so that, because I had messed up, because I should have, that was supposed to be that color there. So okay, I need something, so something darker. What's the other color? Was 7-5, that one I accidentally put 758 when I shouldn't have. So that's 758 right there, and I want something lighter. Maybe 754 might work. Let's see. I don't know if I have enough. So I just wanted something lighter than this, but darker than that. But I don't think I have enough. This is probably enough. This is probably enough to finish it. So let's just do 754 here. Because apparently I don't pay attention. So I'm going to be like, I used 758 for this one, and this one I use 754. Oh, I'm just writing it in because I messed up on what I was doing. So, you think that's enough? You think that's enough for this here? I think it should be. I'm really bad at guesstimating how much drills I need for something. So, by visually looking at it, I always think, oh, look, that looks like a lot, but then I'm just remembering, this is a tiny picture. This is probably plenty for it. But yeah, that's what I get for not paying attention to... Yeah, it's not going to be as big of a gradient, but I think it'll be okay. Maybe that might be a good thing, that it's not that big of a gradient, so it'll look more subtle of a layer, like a subtle effect instead. But yeah. I wasn't about to take out the drills that I had already plunked down, so that's why I was like, nope, we're gonna just do something different. We're just gonna use a different DMC, because there was no way in the world I was going to take these drills off. I'm one of those that it has to be really, really bad for me to take the drills off. And plus, it's just the background. I could put anything in the background. So yeah, I don't think I would do a massive project again with a time limit. It was just, yeah, it was just too much. I probably could have just finished half of it, but I knew if I only finished half of it, it would take me months before I would get back to it. So that's my problem with the big ones, is I do get sick of the diamond painting, and then I have to work on something else, and then it's months later before I go back and finish it. So yeah, but I've noticed a lot of the premium diamond painting companies don't come out with that many of the small ones. I wish they did. Like, I would go through their new releases and I'm just like, where's the small ones? Does everything have to be big? I'm almost thinking it's almost laziness in rendering. Like, it's really easy to render something big because there's plenty of, I don't know, squares to render it so you can get all the detail, but it takes a little bit more effort, I think, to render something nice when it's smaller. So, or maybe all the pictures we're choosing now are just overly complicated and they need to be bigger. But I mean, look at how nice and simple. Sometimes the nice simple ones are fun to do. I think I picked a good one to do my range. I could see the difference in the color. I just hope I don't run out, because yeah, I can see the difference in the color. But yeah, I think, yeah, I don't think I'm made to do the big ones. Although I feel like I'm able to do them, or I just, yeah, like I said, at some point you just get sick of the diamond painting. And I give kudos to those folks who are just able to churn through the big ones. I'm not one of them, apparently. Although I've already done, I think I've done, already just this year, 2 that I would consider big. What did I do this year? I don't even remember anymore. Yeah, I think I finished 2 already that I would consider big. So, but I've been really enjoying this. I think I would have, if the paint gems were just cheaper, I probably would have every set. but I've been enjoying doing this using my stash drills, because if you've seen my kitting downs, I have a lot of drills that I'm not even pre-preparing this. Like I have like zero fear that I will not be able to, that I would not be able to complete this with my current stash. So, and even if I don't have the color, I'll just use a different color. And these are really nice, simple patterns that a color substitution does work, because apparently, which I just did for this, because I apparently, oh, am I gonna run out? I'm gonna run out of this color here. I'm gonna just diamond paint the bottom first, and then I might increase the gradient of the other color just so that I can complete this. But yeah, no, I don't have any concern about not being able to complete this because I don't have the color. Because I would just substitute it. Okay. I actually think I will be able to finish this with my current here. It was just a little bit like, am I gonna finish it? You know how like when you do a diamond painting and at the end you're just like, am I gonna have enough? And then you're like, yep, I did. So I think I'll have enough for this here. Not much left on this one for in the stash. But this was not even a color that was meant to be in this picture here. So yep, there you go. Finished it. That part. Okay. Okay, D is supposed to be 453. Okay. This one has the most. So use this one. So I'm not going to be able to do the little like extra stitches, but this one actually has very little of the extra stitches, so I think it'll be fine. Where's my piece of paper here? Okay. So I don't even know, what was I talking about? Yeah, no. I'm not gonna do the big diamond painting. Oh, FYI, since the first one that I did of this, I had a lot of difficulty having the double-sided tape, because I don't know if you know, I use double-sided tape usually in my multi-placer and then a glue dot on my single placer. But for this one, because I'm using my own double-sided adhesive to make these, what was ended up happening is the double-sided adhesive on this wasn't strong enough to beat the double-sided tape that I had in my multi-placer and the glue dot in my single placer, that for this I'm actually using just normal pink wax, and I haven't had any issues. So while, you know, using the double-sided tape and the glue dot are awesome because you don't have to keep adding more, sometimes they are also annoying because they're too sticky. So for the purpose of this one, my double-sided sheets that I had gotten from Amazon just couldn't beat the stickiness of the normal stickiness that I had on my multi-placer, that I just decided, so that I don't go crazy, I'm just going to use pink wax for this. So yeah, that's why you might not be hearing the like pop or whatever, because I'm just using pink wax. It's a little bit less satisfying. You're not hearing that tick 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 when you're putting the drills on. But I'm also not having as hard of a time placing the drills on because the stickiness is yeah. I was having problems with the double-sided tape being able to win versus my double-sided tape in my pens. It kind of makes sense. I had double-sided tape on both sides, on my piece of paper here and on my multi-placer, so I notice I have a couple, like a slightly different shade mixed into this one. You don't notice it as much until you start diamond painting with it and you put it on your tray and you're like, oh, this one is a slightly off shade from that one, just a tiny bit, but it doesn't look too bad that I'm just going to just go with it. All right, so I don't know what else to talk about, so I'll start answering questions folks had in the channel. So let's see. Just gonna go newest one first since it's on the top of my comments. So I'm just answering comments from any video that YouTube says contains a question. So I'm filtering it with contains a question. So Deborah asked, okay, so this is in actually my Oroloa sneak peek video from last week. Does the symbols show up behind the crystals when placed when you substituted with regular drills? Actually, no. The crystal rhinestones, you know, because I have my specials with me here just because I am going to use it for the yellow parts. They have a silver backing. So even though they're clear, there is a silver backing on there. So you know you do not see the symbol underneath it. There are ones that don't have the backing. I think some of the glow in the dark ones are a little bit more see-through, but no, usually the crystal rhinestones do have the silver backing, so you will not see the symbol underneath it. So thank you, Deborah. So in my video last week about the printing this stuff onto my video last week about printing one of these patterns. Okay, so these next ones are all from that video. So Gray Lagren asked, this is cool. If I don't have Adobe, what could I use? I have a PC. I did not pay for the Adobe. Adobe, like I think Adobe Acrobat Reader DC is a free download from, it's just a reader. Like you can't do anything like edit the picture or anything. That's what I was using, the free PDF reader that Adobe, you can download from Adobe's website. So so yeah, I didn't pay for it because I don't have, at work I have the fancy Adobe Pro kind of thing, but at home I don't need the Adobe Pro, so I just use the Adobe PDF reader, which I'm pretty sure is free. It's like their Adobe PDF Reader DC, I think that's what it's called. So yeah, you don't have to pay for it, so you can always just get the program from Adobe. So Cheryl asked, what program are you using for the sizing? Yeah, it is the same. I guess I'm always on the, I'm like, I kind of feel like, oh yeah, of course I'm using Adobe Acrobat Reader or DC or whatever. That's what I was using to open the PDF. And she's asking what, Cheryl's asking, what program are you using for the sizing? And yeah, that I'm just opening the PDF with the Adobe Reader. And the only thing I'm really doing is I turned on the ruler so that I could see what size it is on the page. And then um, after doing the calculations, I did just tell it to print at a smaller size. And Cheryl asked, I hate to be a pain, but would you be able to write out the formula to figuring out the print size? I guess I could. Maybe when I go off and answer your question, I'll probably try to make a PDF, I guess, see, my thing is, math is really easy for me. Like, it was always my best subject, so sometimes it makes complete sense to me, but I don't know how much or how little to explain. But I guess I could write up a more like step-by-step way of calculating it so that folks can see it. So if I do that, if I do make that, I'll put it in my shared templates. I'll probably have to make like a miscellaneous folder or something, and I'll kind of try to come up with a step-by-step way of calculating the size. I did, yeah, I could probably use, I did recently download, or not download, but subscribe to Microsoft Office. I didn't used to have it, but I needed more space in my OneDrive beyond the free amount of space. So at that point, I was just like, well, if I get Microsoft Office, it comes with more space for OneDrive. And I figured I might as well just get Microsoft Office instead of just getting more space for OneDrive. So I could probably use the equation maker thingy on Excel to make it all prettier. But, and then put some steps in there. Yeah, see, now I'm trying, now I'm gonna come up with like weird formulas. No, I'm not. Okay, so 6 is 30. Okay, so in cross stitch land, they usually do actually have some non like diamond painting DMC colors. So this 6 is supposed to be 30. I'm going to use a substitute DMC website, and I'm just going to look for 30 and see what they tell me to use. So they told me to use 793. 793 is the first choice, and then they give you like a second choice, a third choice, a fourth, yeah, and so on. So let's see, 793 is the first number that popped up, and we're going for this blue here. You know what? I forgot to time everything. I went and brought my timer here, and I didn't time it. Oh well. And it's not like I can start now. Anyways, I usually take longer to do these when I'm doing the WIP and chat than when I'm not doing the WIP and chat. So yeah. So Cheryl, I will try to make a written out step-by-step thing. Yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Cheryl. Lynn loves diamond painting. So how many people's Alexa answered Joan's Super Bowl question? Alexa, stop. So apparently Alexa started talking. Yeah, you know what? When I was watching back the video after I edited it, because I had to do all those, I had to do that pop up the screen on top of thing. I did watch back some of the video, and and my Alexa answered me from that video too. So what's funny is like the commercials that Amazon had that ask Alexa for stuff. They must have wrote some sort of like script into Alexa to not answer those, because it never answers those for me. Like the ones that are like official Amazon commercials. Because I always thought, if they're gonna make the commercial and then be like Alexa, da da da, and then everyone's Alexa goes and does it, that it would be a bad thing. So they must have written something in. It was one of those things I was always thinking about. Although, I heard that a good amount of people who are on the Alexa thing team or whatever were amongst the folks that were laid off at Amazon. So I think the whole Alexa platform thing is not a moneymaker for Amazon, because it's all about money making. And I could see like where would you make money from? They sold the devices so cheap that I think they were hoping folks would just buy things from it, but I never felt safe to buy something from there, because I wouldn't have been able to see it. And I'm one of those who like to price compare and read reviews. Oh, I don't know if I read reviews all the time, but read descriptions just to know that I make sure I know what I'm getting. So I'm guessing it didn't lead to increased sales or something. It just it was mainly for people like me asking what the weather is, if anyone won the Super Bowl yet. I still don't actually have an idea who won the Super Bowl. I don't even know who was in the Super Bowl. Yeah. All right, so thank you, Lynn. Callie Cab asked, okay, so this is in my 2022 finish video. Asked, what do I do with all of them when I'm done? With all my diamond paintings when I'm done. My small diamond paintings that are, like keychains, stickers, and stuff like that, I do give away. Well, I did this last year. I give them away during Halloween. And last year I was actually kind of worried that no one would take the diamond paint, the little keychains and stuff, because I also had candy out there. But no, people did take the little diamond painting things. And someone had pointed out to me during that time is that there is I don't know if it's a movement, if that's the right word, but there's a thing about providing non-food items for Halloween for folks that have food allergies. And I never even thought of that as a reason to give away things, but I do kind of like that there is I guess I didn't do it with that intent, but I do like the fact that I guess I giving away the little diamond paintings and stuff did give options for folks that have the food allergies. And especially like a lot of candy has like nuts in it, and I think nut allergies are some of the most common ones. And then for my bigger ones, I would frame them and they're displayed. I have a lot of diamond paintings displayed in my house. And then the other ones, I have given away some to folks. And I've also put them into portfolio books. So most of my diamond paintings are, my full canvas diamond paintings are in portfolio books. So I'm just going to use this one. Um, it has enough. Or should I just use the one with more? I've always been using the one with more. More. Yeah, let's just use the one with more. I've only been doing the background. I haven't even gotten to the Statue of Liberty part. I've actually been to the Statue of Liberty like once when I was a kid. I visited New York again at some point later on, but I didn't go to the Statue of Liberty. It takes, you have to go on a boat to get there. And, so I think the last time I went to New York, I did the whole tourist thing. I got one of those city passes for New York, and I think like it was like, I remember actually, what sad thing is, I'm so like, yeah, what was included, but I remember my favorite part in the city pass was actually the wax museum. Madame something wax museum, where they have like, it's kind of creepy but entertainingly creepy, where they have wax figures of famous people, and that was actually my favorite part of the city pass. I don't think the Statue of Liberty was part of it, so we would have had to pay for that, and I had gone like a while back, so. But yeah, I do remember, for whatever reason, because I'm just that kind of tourist, it was the wax museum that was the most entertaining. In at least the city pass. I think there was also, no, I might be mixing it up with a different city pass. Because I think the Seattle city pass came with a ride on a kind of boat where they were showing you the shore. But I was like, did the New York one come with that? I don't remember. All right, so next question, let's see. So Ina asked, where did you purchase all the colored DMC drills? So this was in one of my organizing my 447 drill thing, which I could probably use for this, but I'm not done. Actually, I'm actually not done with that. So this is actually my stash of square drills that are not the resin ones. This is my normal stash of square drills that had, this stash is probably 60 or 70% acrylic drills, and maybe, I don't know, yeah, 30 to 40% resin drills. So it's a mixture. And then since I got that pack, which I got from Amazon, it should be linked in the description below, but it might also not be available anymore. So that might be why you're asking, where did I get them? Because the link is like, oh, it's not available. But I got them from Amazon. I got them in around like the November Black Friday-ish time. It might have been before Black Friday, or it might have been on Black Friday. But I do really like the pack, so if they ever go in stock again, I might buy more, because I need to do a bunch of these. I got the lifetime membership, right? But yeah, right now I'm just using my my stash that has both resin and acrylic drills. I'm probably, yeah, like I said, it's probably 70% resin, 60 to 70%. I mean, 60 to 70% acrylic in there. So O is 939, which I'm sure I actually have a lot of, so it's probably in my, actually I don't. I thought I would have it in my overflow box, but I don't actually have. So 939 is a very dark blue. So yeah, you can, I got mine from Amazon. I'm finding that a large amount of the, like, there is a several listings for getting like all the DMCs on Amazon. But I had gotten those when they were on sale, and I wish I actually got more now that I see it's not available anymore, or it might not be available anymore. So Emily asked, where did you get the funnel for your Tic Tac container? So, is it in this room? My Tic Tac container funnel. It's usually in this room. No, don't tell me I lost it. No, it's in this room. It was just under something. So this Tic Tac container funnel, I got it from Bella Art and Nicole. I'm pretty sure, maybe not. I'm probably lying. I might. When I go and answer this question for real, I will make sure that the link is in the description. But this is from Bella Art and Nicole. I think it was like $5. I've been tempted to buy another one, but I don't have any plans to buy anything else from their website, and I would end up paying like, I think like more than $10 for one of these, because would have to pay for shipping. So maybe I have to buy like 3 of them and then have one in like every room. I do like the Tic Tac containers. But yeah, it's from Bella Art and Nicole. I do really like it. It works really well, and it works for non-Tic Tac containers too. I usually just don't need to. And if you don't have one of those, you can always just use one of these. Here, these come with a lot of storage, and what I would do is actually cut it. So I would cut it smaller. Like this. So that when you put it in the Tic Tac container, it's not as top heavy. And now I feel like I have to take out a Tic Tac container to test it on. So here's like a Tic Tac container. It would still be top heavy with that on there. See, so I might make it a little smaller so that it's not that top heavy. But yeah, you don't need that. You can use one of these things that come with diamond paintings. Yeah, actually, I might have went a little too far there. Should have stayed with this here, and it'll be a little bit easier to pour it back in there. But these foldy ones, I have so many of these folding things that I'm just like, have. It's mainly because I have a lot of storage, so it just kind of comes with like every single storage. No, I don't know if it comes with every single storage, but it comes with a lot of the different storage. So I apparently have a lot of funnels. But yeah, if you don't want to spend the money, those will work also, but I do recommend cutting it, but maybe not as much as I did. The first cut I did was a good cut. And I was like, and it will be able to do the same thing, just maybe not as nicely pory as just the plastic one. But yeah, I think once those funnels are cut smaller, they're actually really good for diamond painting. Because since I only have one of those Tic Tac container funnels, um, I usually keep it in this room, which is my recording room, which is not actually where I normally diamond paint. So I have like another table in the living room that I normally diamond paint at. And so there I don't have the Tic Tac container funnel with me. So I've been using one of those cut up funnels for putting the drills back into Tic Tac containers. Or, you know, one of these trays pours really nicely into the Tic Tac containers too. So let's see. All right, so see, the thing is with the double-sided tape, it's not as slippery. So if you need to like move something, it's not as easy to move. So Eleonora, I don't know how to read. I think it's Eleonora. Asked, what do you do with the stickers? So I'm guessing this. Yeah. This is from an unboxing. So most of my small things, like I said earlier in the video, I have been giving away during Halloween. So most of my stickers, well, pretty much all of them, because I haven't really needed to keep any of them, I give away during Halloween. So let's see. Let me finish up this O here before I go to the next question so that I can get the next color ready. I usually, when I diamond paint, the like easier parts first. So the easier parts for this was the background, and then I do the other parts here. So I think I'll do one next, or five. I'll do one. One next. One is supposed to be 924. $9.24. Okay, I still have enough of this one. Okay, so what am I on? I'm on one. So next question, Alina asked, can we see how you look? It would be exciting to see how you look before you are recording and what you're doing to introduce yourself to people. So can we see how you look behind the voice? I did it in one of my recordings. So kind of funny. My dad told me, why don't you show your face? And I had this whole plan in my 2-year YouTube anniversary kind of video that I was gonna show myself at the very, very end of the video. Like I was going to, and yeah, I was gonna show myself at the very, very end of the video and say something like sarcastic, like, well, thank you to the I think at that point, usually the people who make it all the way to the very end of my video was about like 19% of the views. which I'm like, actually, that's not too bad. 19% people watch all the way to the very end. So thank you guys for watching. But I was thinking I was gonna say something sarcastic. Well, I'll be like, thank you to the 19% of you guys who are still watching. I guess this is where I'm gonna show my face for my 2-year anniversary video. Don't expect to see it that often, kind of thing. But I think at the time that was around October, and I was so stressed out at work, and I kind of just chickened out, or I don't know. It was just one of those. I would have had to figure out how to record in that direction because all of my things to hold my camera is for this kind of view here. So I would have had to figure out how to set up my camera and all that stuff. And it just didn't happen. I think I just chickened out. I'm using excuses of me being like stressed out at work, but I think I just seriously just chickened out in being in front of the camera. It's a little scary. I'm not, yeah, it's a little scary to I guess be in front of the camera. Was never one of those things I thought I would be doing in my life, doing videos like this. So, and some people are just like have zero or maybe they do still have some fear of being in the front of the camera, but it's different. And I think at that point I just wasn't ready to do it. Perhaps in my 3-year YouTube anniversary video, you'll see me say the same sarcastic thing that I was thinking of saying for that video, but it just didn't happen. I think it was probably partially that during that time I was really, really highly stressed because there was so much I needed to do at work, and I didn't want to add the stress of me trying to go in front of the camera kind of thing, because it was just, yeah, it's like I said, it's different. Maybe it wouldn't be that difficult. Like, I mean, when I had to do like a presentation for work, I was like a crazy ball of nerves or something. And this was like physically in front of people at work. It's like it's one thing to do the Zoom meetings or whatever, but yeah. So I think I just at that time I was already so stressed out with like my job and all that stuff that I just didn't want to add the stress of me like going in front of the camera, and it probably might not even be a big deal eventually. But yeah, no, yeah, I've thought of it. Like, I seriously had thought of it, and I was going to do it on my 2-year YouTube anniversary video at the very end. I wasn't going to do it in the beginning. I'm like, nope, I am not doing that in the beginning. I am doing it at the end, because I figure the people who are watching at the end are I guess, my more loyal viewers who watch to the very end. And anyone who just starts, because there's the first 30 seconds of pretty much all my videos, there is a big drop in retention. So I'm like, nope, I'm not going to cater to the folks that don't watch all the way to the end. I'm gonna be like, these folks who are watching to the very end of this long video are the people who are gonna see my face. If I was gonna go that route. But yeah, no, I think, yeah, I just have to not chicken out. Like I said, I had plans to do it for my 2-year YouTube anniversary kitting up video. It was a kitting up video, because my first video in YouTube was a kitting up video. So I think on like every single one of my anniversary where I talk about my YouTube anniversary is going to be a kitting up video. So if I was ever going to show my face on a video, would probably the next time I will contemplate doing this is probably my 3rd anniversary kitting up video, which will probably be in October. Which will be, well, not probably, it will be in October. That is when my YouTube anniversary will be. So if I ever do it, if I ever get the I don't even think it's bravery. I just have, we'll call it bravery. I don't know. Or yeah. If I don't chicken out, because it's seriously, I think I just chicken out. It would be on that video. Yeah. But I do, yeah, like I said, if I don't chicken out, it'll be that video. But it would probably be one of those, like, I show myself once and then you never see me again until the next anniversary video or something. But yeah, I have thought of it, but executing it is different. Even my dad said I should be in front of the in front of the camera. He's like, why aren't you in front of the camera? I'm like, All right, thank you, Lena. Tamra asked, which is better, acrylic drills or resin drills? So for me, for squares, I think resin are superior. Although right now I'm using acrylic drills. So obviously you can see I'm not that particular, but from just diamond painting in general, it is, I think the resin drills just look a little bit nicer in squares. Now, rounds, I can't tell the difference. I think it wouldn't matter if places use resin or acrylic. I think they'll still be the same. So for rounds, I think it doesn't make a difference. So but for squares, I think it does make a difference. For whatever reason, I don't know why, but the resin drills just are shaped a little bit different. I don't like, it's just they're a little bit like bigger, I think. That's what I've noticed. They're a little bit bigger, so if I were to use all resin drills on this diamond painting, I think there'll actually be a lot less gapping in this. There is gapping in here. I am using acrylic drills. You can see the gaps. It's not too bad though. But if I were using all resin, there would be a lot less gapping. So, like, okay. Maybe, I don't know if you could see these gold drills here are resin drills. They I don't know if you could tell, they are just a little bit bigger than the drills right next to it. The gold drills are just a little bit bigger. And they just fit much nicer for whatever reason. Yeah, so the gold drills here are resin drills. The gold drills, these are gold drills, are resin drills, and I think they just fit really nicely together. But as you can see, I'm having a perfectly okay enough time using the resin drills, I mean the acrylic drills for this one. I'm pretty sure most of the drills I've been using have been acrylic. I don't think I've picked one up where the drills were resin yet. Except some of my 939 I think were resin, but it was kind of like a mixture of resin and acrylic. But I think mainly so far what I have been using have been primarily acrylic drills. I just have way more of them in my stash, so I think that's just what ends up happening for these here. But no, I think it still looks very nice here. And the thing is though, the acrylic drills do tend, well, I don't know if that's the right thing either. I was gonna say they are more likely to pop. And like, I mean, I'm using the acrylic drills on this one, and it doesn't seem that poppy, but I think they are more likely to pop off than the resin drills. I don't know why. I think it's just the way they're shaped. I think they're just a little bit sharper at the edges, the acrylic drills, and it possibly gets stuck. Like when you're putting it on, like the edge of it catches on and it just pops off. I don't know. But the resin drills have a little bit more flat sides, and I don't know, it just doesn't seem to pop as much. But, you know, it could just be the places that use the acrylic drills tend to be the more cheaper diamond paintings. So it could just be a difference in quality also of the canvas, or just a difference in quality, period. But yeah, if I were to ever make a diamond painting company, which I will never make a diamond painting company. Never. I would probably use resin drills and make sure that the canvas is printed to fit this ruler. If you have one of these diamond paintings rulers here for squares and you are like, it doesn't fit my canvas, I blame the canvas and not this ruler, because this ruler is meant for the drills to be exactly 2.5 millimeters. They're supposed to be 2.5 millimeters. I have measured, and this does work if the canvas is printed where each of the squares are only 2.5 millimeters. A lot of diamond painting companies add a little bit of extra space. So I guess drills are less likely to pop with the extra space. And therefore it doesn't match that ruler, and you do get a tiny bit of gapping. Oh, sometimes it's not even tiny. You could get some gapping, as in you can see the spaces between the drills. But if it fits that thing, like this is printed where it fits that ruler, but the thing is, acrylic drills are just a tiny, I've noticed it. Acrylic drills are just a tiny bit smaller than resin drills. What's number 3? A tiny bit smaller than resin drills, and it makes a difference in the amount of gapping. 413. Okay, I'll use that one. So far have not had any issues with not having the drills. And other than me accidentally using the wrong color, which I fixed. You know, it doesn't look bad, right? My gradient here. So far it's doing okay. It's doing okay. So I have no idea what I was talking about prior to me getting this number 3 color here. Oh yeah, the different. Okay, so what's better? Oh, so Tamara also asked, how can you tell the difference between the acrylic drills and others? So this is only for squares. I don't know how to tell it from rounds. So the main thing is I've noticed is acrylic drills. I don't know if you can see. This one has like a dimple under it looks like someone got a toothpick and poked the bottom of the drill, and so there's a little tiny prick there. A lot of pretty much acrylic drills, if you start looking at it, most of them will have that little prick at the bottom of the drill. Sometimes you see it on the top of the drill, and those I tend to put in my trash. I tend to pick them off. And then I also notice, so how I've noticed it is actually the flaws, the the acrylic drills have that little prick at the bottom, and if there is going to be excess plastic, it tends to be at the edge. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that. So most of the imperfections of the acrylic drills is like the in between two drills kind of thing. It looks like there's just like a little um like thing on the side that looks like it got cut off from the drill right next to it. That is the main. So sometimes you do have tabs, but it's usually the tab is on the on the sides of the square. While resin drills, they tend, if there is going to be any tabs, I've noticed they tend to be on the corners of the drill. So, and they do tend to also have, if you like, a little bit of like extra bits of plastic in the drills. So like if you see like little like non-drill looking extra plastic, those probably are resin. And then their flaws, because like I said, I can tell from the flaws. It is, you know, there's extra little bits of plastic in there. These and if there are issues with it, or if there are tabs, they tend to be in the corners. And then there's also the ones that are what do you call that, where the drill is not flat at the bottom, it's like concave, so it's it's concave. Or it could also be the other way, where it's like a inflated pillow. So yeah, I can tell it from the flaws. Like this one has like a couple different shades in here. Like, okay. I actually noticed that one of these shades is probably resin, and one of them is the acrylic drills. I don't know if it'll be that obvious. This one's not that obvious of a difference. Sometimes there's a really obvious difference. But yeah, I could tell from the flaws mostly. Now, there are bad resin drills, there are bad acrylic drills, and there's also good acrylic drills and things like that. So, and good resin drills. The good resin drills are would probably make diamond painting so much more. And oh, also I forgot, in resin drills, a lot of them can have the little craters up top of the drill. It looks like as if a bubble burst in the making of the plastic. And those are actually the one, that's the flaw that I see the most on resin drills, is the little bubbles, craters of bubble bursting on top of the drills. And those are usually the biggest pain to remove from, like, lots of times if it's in a color, it'll be in a lot of them, and then you have to like spend all this time picking them out. Because I'm like, I don't want to see the craters. And then sometimes you don't even notice the crater until you see it on the canvas. You're like, oh, there's a crater on that one. And you're just like, and I don't like picking drills out of diamond paintings for whatever reason. I don't like picking them out. So then sometimes you're like, it's not that big of a crater. I'll just leave it in there. But yeah, no, I could tend to tell by the flaws. Okay, I think I need more wax. I forgot how annoying using pink wax can be. But it's better than not being able to place the drills because my double-sided tape is too sticky. Okay. So this video is much longer than I thought it would be. I'm apparently diamond painting really slow, or I'm taking too long answering questions, or this is taking me much longer than I thought. Or you know, yeah. So next question. Okay, so Ashley actually started this question with question. So I'm guessing she's watched a couple of my videos and knows that I answer these things when there's a question. So maybe. So I saw on Amazon that you could buy diamonds alone and get all the colors. So my question is, should I get it so I have a little of all the proper colors or skip it? I guess the question for you is, what are you going to do with them? Like, I have not, most of my diamond paintings, I have had enough drills for. The only real reason I would want the stash is on the off chance that you run out of drills or you like doing projects like this. But I only have had a handful of diamond paintings where I ran out of the drills. And if it's from one of the like more expensive premium diamond painting companies, they should send you out the drills. So there's no real reason for you to do what I do, where you keep the drills. There's no real reason to buy the multi-pack of drills, other than if you're like me and like to do these cross-stitch conversions, or if you're afraid of running out of drills for something and then don't want to wait for the company to send you out the drills, because a lot of it is also me. I just don't want to wait for the company to send me out the drills. Then you can buy the multi-pack of all the colors, but unless you have a plan for it, I don't really recommend you buying it unless you're like me and just like to have all the colors, or you have other plans for it. But for just a normal everyday diamond painting, you don't need the pack of all the colors unless you want to have the pack. So, but yeah, I've only ran out of drills a handful of times, and yeah, I've only run out of drills just a very few. It was just, yeah. And then usually when I ran out of the drills, it was either I ran out of just a few of them or I ran out of a lot. But none of the, did I ever, no, oh, I remember asking, who did I ask for drills for? I do remember asking drills from Dreamer Designs before, because 310s in the diamond painting I had were really, really bad. Like, really, really bad. And they all had craters on top of it, and it just got tedious. Okay, so I'm actually going to use crystal rhinestones for these. I just kind of wanted to see what the color looked like. 3822 is obviously really different here. So here are all my crystal rhinestones that are yellow. Wow, I have so few square crystal rhinestones that are yellow. But I have 3822, but very little of it. I don't need that much. What's 9? So is 9 is 3821. Okay, so it's right next to it. So wow, look at how different this is. They both say 3821, and it's such a massive difference. So it does seem like 3821 is supposed to be a little bit of a darker color than 3822. So I'm going to use my crystal rhinestones. So 3822 is supposed to be lighter than 3821. So I'm just based off of what I have, I think I'm going to actually use 727 for A. And then find a darker yellow. Or maybe should I use orange? Should I use an orange? So I have a lighter yellow, and I'll use that for A, and I think I will use orange. I'm going to use this orange for number 9. So A, I'm going to use my crystal rhinestone 727. And then 9, I'm going to use crystal rhinestone 741. So I'm just writing that down on here. So I got these crystal rhinestones from AliExpress. I do notice there is a lot more trash in the crystal rhinestones, but I like them. And these are actually, they should be resin. So all the flaws that I was talking about in resin drills, like, I don't know if you could tell. Yeah, you can't tell. This one is one of those ones where it's concave, so it's not flat at the bottom. Yeah, here's another one. It's not flat at the bottom. Not sure if, like I said, I don't know if you could tell. It's not, it's not, yeah, I don't know. It's not flat at the bottom. It's like concave. There. And then see this one, the excess piece is at the corner there. And now you don't have to throw away the ones with the excess piece. If you get like a nail cutter, you can just trim it, the nail clipper. You just can trim it, or you could just toss it. So, but here is an example of how I said that the crystal rhinestones, I think, just fit much nicer together. I mean, the resin drills fit much nicer together. Oh wait, I still have some A over here. So thank you, Ashley, for your question. So Ruby asked me, Joan, what are your favorite bargain diamond painting sites? I just started this craft and I actually bought a Diamond Art Club as my first one, so I received great quality at the start. I ordered some from Temu, but my expectation is low and I want more practice before working on a bigger, expensive diamond painting. Enjoy all your content and you're very informative. Plus, I like that you link everything. Okay, so personally, most of the bargain diamond painting sites are pretty much, they're selling the same stuff. Like the stuff that I'm doing my PR packages for, they are pretty much selling the same stuff. They're just, I kind of consider them more distributors of diamond paintings as opposed to the manufacturers of them. So something that I could get from one place, I wouldn't be surprised. To just do practice and are trying to work up to doing something from like Diamond Art Club, then you would probably get about the same quality from Temu as you would get from like Amazon, as what you would get from any of the budget diamond painting companies I do PR packages for. So I'm not sure if I could recommend any versus the other, because like I said, most of them are just distributors. But that's why I kind of try to show it on my channel so you can see what's available out there. But yeah, practice. Well, you know, my third diamond painting was actually a Dreamer Designs one, so it works out. You do start noticing like your newer ones are a little bit nicer diamond painted than your older ones, but you still have fun doing it. So But yeah, if you want to practice on I would recommend trying out the smaller ones first, just so that you get used to it and you don't get overwhelmed by the large diamond paintings. At least me, I still get overwhelmed by the large diamond paintings. So starting out, you might be overwhelmed by this big diamond paintings, but some people are just like, yeah, I'm gonna do this massive one and go straight into the massive one. So my first diamond painting was like a 25 by 25 centimeter diamond painting. So, but yeah, I don't know if I could recommend anything. If your plan is to primarily work on the bigger diamond paintings, like from Diamond Art Club, I would just suggest just buying like your Temu ones, buying from like Amazon, until you know what kind of diamond paintings you like to do. But if you're going to do smaller ones, I recommend getting a not so intricate pattern or intricate picture, so that it will turn out, because the bigger it is, the more detail you'll be able to get in every little pixel. And if you're trying to get like some really complex pictures small, it's not going to turn out that nice, but you'll still get your diamond painting practice on them. So yeah, here is this one here. The Statue of Liberty here, I did mistakenly use this color. This color was supposed to be this color, and this was supposed to be a darker color, but yeah, you saw what I did here. And then I used the crystal rhinestones for the lighted up portions. Here, the original pattern does have, you know what? It's because I'm zoomed in. Okay, that's why I was like, why is it so close? The original pattern does have some lines in the little crown part here, but I didn't put them in here because, constraints of diamond painting, and it does look like there's an extra line around the torch here, but I guess my torch is just not going to have that extra little gate. But I think it turned out really nice here. My Statue of Liberty here for New York. So yeah, my collection of diamond paintings that I'm doing from this cross-stitch pattern place starting to grow. So here's the London one, here's my New York, here's the Chicago one, here's the San Francisco, here's the Santorini there. So yeah, I did tell myself that if I just finished like did I say 20? I don't know. 20 diamond paintings from that lifetime membership, I will have at least made my $35 worth it. But yeah, look, my 5 here. I do still have several that I have printed out, if you saw my video from last week. But yeah, no, I've been having a lot of fun doing these, and they're really cute. I don't have the ability to do the back stitch, but it's still, I've chosen not to print out some of the ones that had a little too much backstitching. Like there was this one that had windmills on it. I forgot what country it was supposed to be, but I was looking at it and I was like, without the windmill backstitch, it's just going to look like a bunch of buildings. And it won't have the same effect, so I didn't print that out, kind of thing. And in my Golden Gate Bridge, it doesn't have the little suspension lines. So, but I knew even without the suspension lines, I would still know what it is. So yeah, I don't know what I'll do next. But I've been having a lot of fun doing these ones here. All right, so that's all I have for today. So thank you for keeping me company while I struggled through this, because apparently put the wrong color, but we made do. All right, so that's all I have. So thank you very much for watching, and happy diamond painting. Bye.